tell me more about, that experience you had in identifying that person who you felt might be resistant, and you got to the bottom of it. What other ways you go about that, Brian?
So the first thing I do actually, I'm more in the project program space than you are. You're obviously more in practice and organizational, change space. But I get assigned as a project manager. Here's the SOW, the scope. There's usually a start and end date. The next thing is really, okay, who are the people involved? And I think that's what change management is. And that's what delivery is, in solution delivery is, it's more than just the widget of the solution that we're rolling out. It's the people that are going to be involved. And if you don't focus on that, you're going to have most likely an unsuccessful project. So one of the first things I do is actually go through an exercise of understanding who are all the stakeholders, right? So I'll actually go through a kind of mapping exercise of, okay, what are the solutions in play? Where are the integrations, the platforms? What are the business units, the stakeholder groups, the vendors, kind of just boxing everything up. And then, you could even take a functional diagram or a technical diagram and actually, kind of create a human side to that, and then map out who are the different people involved at different levels. And that's very important. Who's the subject matter expert? Who's the leader, or the lead, the manager, who's the director in that space. If there's going to be some governance, who's involved there, who's going to be part of the steer com. So mapping all that out, I think, is the first step in trying to go down the journey of understanding resistance. And then what I typically do is I set up one-on-ones with really the people that have the most decision-making power, but then also just those that are going to be involved in the weeds that I have to work with. I set up one-on-ones, and I think that just having a one-on-one human call with them, you can kind of sense whether they're maybe a resistor or not. You talked about kind of, some intentional resistance and things like that. Sometimes someone just being quiet on a call, when you ask them certain questions about the application or the new application, or I'll ask them about the legacy application. It'll open up some doors, and they'll talk about, well, yeah, it works fine now. And I don't know why we're changing this. Okay, boom, flag right there, maybe a resistor, or, they're not as passionate about talking about the new system. And some people are. So I think there's a way to kind of, and this takes time. I don't think you learn this day one, but of having some conversations, once you understand those, who's involved, it's definitely good to just go have one-on-ones and understand their perspective and their kind of journey through this whole thing.